Welcome back to Planet Crafter, and I'm dancing by the first grass on this planet because we have a special episode today. We're going to explore the very first evidence of humans on this planet. Now, we have evidence of machines on this planet, which is all those drones and stuff like that, but there is one special cave that we came by in which we saw some sort of human activity. So, that's the plan for today. I'm going to bring enough to build a base right next to it. um, I think we need a piece of silicon, but also most importantly, we need torches. So silicon and two magnesium. Oh my god, this was so easy all along. Why did I not make this sooner? But here we are. Better late than never. I'll put this on. Are there any other upgrades I've been missing? Yes. Silicon, magnesium, aluminum. You know what? Silicon, magnesium, and aluminum. I don't even know what the upgrade was. Actually, I didn't read it. Oh, compass. Actually, kind of good. So let's put this in. Can I get an upgrade to the exoskeleton? Actually, yes. Give me titanium, silicon, two magnesium, and an aluminum. It seemed maybe it was a super alloy. It was an aluminum. We are a little bit thirsty and we're a little bit hungry, so we're gonna grab those things. How are the eggplants looking? Not ready yet, but you are ready? Yes, perfect. All right, what else? We don't have fabric to make these boots, but I think we can make a microchip to make mining a little bit easier. Magnesium, silicon, aluminum. Magnesium, silicon, aluminum. What does a tier 2 cost? It costs silicon and super alloy. Okay, two silicons, um, two super alloys, and I think two aluminum maybe? I forget what was the thing. Alright, this one. Okay, just one aluminum. Perfect. And now we have a tier 3 microchip, which is going to make mining a little bit faster. Not the end of the world, not essential, but welcome addition for sure. So here you go. And we have our enough for our base. You know what? Let's grab whatever water is available here. You know what? I'm just gonna grab it all and store it in the little life supply section. This water is enough. The food, let's grab a little bit more. So now we have plenty of food, plenty of water, enough for a base. I think it's time for us to get our journey going. So pretty excited. Hopefully we find some cool materials. We're gonna build a little base right outside that thing because I want to try explore. And look at this, it's raining. What a beautiful time. Clouds have formed on this planet. We are inching towards liquid water being present everywhere. Hopefully it doesn't mean that our house is gonna flood. Our house seems a little bit more elevated than it used to, so I'm optimistic. But this whole section is going to be a mess because this whole section has like ice everywhere, and that could be a struggle. I would like a jetpack also to move around a little bit more easily, but hey, can't have it all. We can't have it all. So let's see if the ice here has melted to any meaningful degree. Nope. It showed as if it kind of like didn't render in immediately. 100 NK heat. I don't have my measurements with me, so I don't really know what that means. But so far, this section is not melting, which makes sense. I mean, we're just barely having liquid water. I'm sure we can still have colder sections before that. So, all right, that's a little base. Here's another little base. Interesting. The atmosphere looks quite different when it's raining outside. It's an interesting look. Let me get a little bit of warmth. And what are my goals for today? Well, for today, I think I want to accumulate quite a bit of uraninite, if I got that name correctly, because I want to be collecting. I want to get a lot of uranium for energy production. We kind of depleted our energy production reserves when we planted that tier 3 ore crusher. And another thing that seems important, oh, you know what? Super alloy, welcome aboard. I gotta remember to come here and try put an ore crush or extractor. This super alloy might require a tier 2 ore extractor, but still, I wanna come here and do it. And here's the little thing I put myself to help me find my way home. And the uranium, where was uranium? I think it's like that way. That little, not the uranium. Well, there's a uranium generator that we built, but that's not the one I'm talking about. I mean, I was confusing myself because I was talking about uraninite, and I do want a lot of it because I want to have like a little home. I mean, I want to have a little bit of uranium to create produce some. Oh, you know what? Fabric's gonna be really big for us. Iridium also really big to create heat. These are all good stuff. They just are a little bit much in our inventory. We will find a way to deal with it. Anything else back here? I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah, we gotta have to focus on energy because that's how we're gonna get some heat. That's how we're gonna get extra pressure, more biomass stuff. Because right now we only have a couple of like those what are they called? Flower spreaders. They're called grass spreaders. So yeah, it's not even generating flowers yet. So a bit underwhelming, a little bit low on the production of stuff that we could be doing. So I would like a little bit better. I'm a little bit worried about like looking at how this world will change. Oh my god, this is my thing when I died. I had no idea. I'm gonna be back for it. I'm gonna be back. I believe this way. No, it's this way. Please don't let me die again. Yes, this is the way. This is the way. We're gonna build a little home and put tons of a big storage chest. Not that storage chest, a storage closet. That way we can store plenty of stuff and just have a little base for us. And you know what? I'm gonna put it here so I don't miss that glow whenever I come in. Not that it seems to be a risk. I think I should be fine. Excuse me. What the hell's going on? Okay. Give me a door. And I need 2 more iron. No, 3 more iron. 3 iron. We need 3 iron to 1. Perfect. You know what? This is coming with me soon. I need a little bit more iron so I can build a big closet and dump stuff in there. Is that liquid water? It's not. No. Damn, this thing opens up quite a bit. Anything else? Where can I find iron around here? It's all uranite. Yeah, damn, I thought that was iron. It was just a piece of uranite in ice. I need like 2 pieces of iron. We got a biodome though. Okay. We can get a biodome going. What does the biodome do for us? I don't remember much showing up from the biodome really, actually. I feel like it had like plant production. Oh my god, we need oxygen. Badly. We need it real badly. Oh no. Did I screw myself a little bit? I might have. No, home is right here. Home is right here. We're just gonna aim it. So if the world goes dark, we just walk straight and we're there. Perfect, we did it. Okay, nothing to worry about. Everything went so smoothly. I don't know why I was concerned at all. Let me just put some stuff in here. I think this is good enough. This is plenty of food and oxygen. Yeah, let me check the biodome. You don't even produce plants. It just produces oxygen. It produces 135 oxygen, which is the same level as a grass spreader. So, I don't know. I think the BioLab is like a better build actually for us. So, I don't know how to feel about that. But alright, we're ready. I'm not gonna drink now. That's crazy. Alright. There's oxygen bottles and water bottles and space food. That's great to know. What's in here? Iridium and 300% plant. I'm gonna grab that. Let me stand with the deconstruct tool just so I can see if anything gets highlighted. No way. No way this is it. Oh, no way. You guys are robbing me. I can see stuff behind there. Or at least I think so. You know what? We're gonna come back. We gotta come back. Let me grab the iridium. Let me grab uranite, super alloy, fabric. Nah, this can all stay. And let's collect our chest that was right here. We're gonna come back right away. Like, unacceptable. I think this is scam. I think there's gonna be more back there. There's no way. And I think we might have come across some spaceships to some degree, right? I feel like there's been spaceships. Well, I don't know. The spaceships could easily carry the what you call it, the drones. So maybe not necessarily something that's gonna help some proof of human life. But that little thing right there, that's so small. That's absolutely human, especially because it was carrying water, oxygen, and space food. So that's proof that humans were here. I just need to find out what's going on, and I want to find out what's going on. Let me grab this uranite, as long as it fills my inventory. Okay, inventory full, perfect. That's gonna mean tons of resources at a minimum. I think we're close to unlocking a tier 2 nuclear reactor, which is kind of a big deal. All right, we don't have space for that super alloy. The tier 3 super nuclear reactor is it's not that hard to build because you can actually like build 3 tier 1 nuclear reactors. They all take uranium rod as a fuel, so you just deconstruct those 3 and rebuild as a tier 2. And I believe you have a net positive on energy, and you kind of save some resources as well. So I do like how the upgrades in resources on this planet is, I want to say, quite generous. The game really likes to make the resources that you upgrade fairly powerful. Not the same for the microchips. The microchips that upgrade you tend to be somewhat weaker, like the agility boots that we bought. 15% I don't think is that noticeable, or the deconstruction chip. I don't feel like the deconstruction chip was that noticeable. Like, I think at a tier 3 deconstruction, you get what, minus 30% mining speed. It's not that biggest thing. Now the jetpack is kind of insane, actually, so I'll give him that props for that one. But yeah, it's a bit of a hit or miss. I think with the main things that you build around the planet, the upgrades are extremely noticeable when you go from tier 1 to 2 to 3. But with some stuff, it seems a little bit negligible and almost like not that big of a deal. Let's see. I don't see any water yet, just any liquid water so far. Good sign for my home, at least, I guess. Decent sign the world's not melting around me. But let's see. Yeah, we're only 35% there. So what do I want to do? I don't want that flower pot. You generate oxygen, you generate ores. You know what? What does it take again? Do we need a full iridium thing for that ore extractor? I think that's probably why I didn't build it so far. Yeah. And I do need energy. So hold on. Why are you still actually working? You should not be working. Like, you're just consuming energy for no reason. But you get the uranite, and get to work. Let's see what you've done so far. Oh, damn. All this stuff and only one piece of uranium and one piece of iridium. I was just so optimistic that this was going to come together nicely. You know what? You have some piece of iridium. How much do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that might not be enough. That might be just a little bit too little to matter. But what if I have enough uranium? I might have enough uranium for a whole damn thing, for a whole bar. Let me see. Damn, one short on both of these? That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of as unlucky as it gets. Alright, so super alloys are being put back. I think I'm going to grab this fabric because I can make a tier 2 something that I liked. I forget. Was it agility boots? Really? I really liked agility boots that much. Suppose I did like him. Alright, interesting. Fair enough. Oh, you know what? No, let me see the tier 2 deconstructor. Oh, we don't have it. We only have tier 1. Alright, never mind. So, yeah, agility boots it is, I guess. I think it was one super alloy. Yeah, So here we go. 30% movement speed. Good stuff. No new messages. The rock is just too expensive at this point. But hey, we got the right stuff. Eventually it's going to start to pay off. Oh my god, finally we got both. We got one of each. Perfect. The game plan's back on. We're back in action. All right, so let's start with the energy. What do you want? You want 3 super alloys and 2 water bottles. Absolutely doable. And 2 water bottles. You know what? Let's not waste my own resources. Let's just grab what we have produced so far. And let's set it over here. Kind of next to these solar panels. So hopefully it lets me put it here at an incline. But look at that. 80 free energy just for us. Now, the heater. Silicon, titanium, aluminum. All right, not a big deal. I think we actually got some right here. Aluminum, no titanium. Damn, what's going on here? So, tier 3 heater, I believe, was it? Maybe tier 4. It's a tier 3. All right, but not bad. Let's see how things are going. Heat is growing, but next unlock is going to be a sign and then algae generator. You know what? Algae generator makes me think that this is going to be a big creation of biomass. And it might be the very first thing that's going to allow us to kind of go heavy on the biomass production. So I'm a little bit inclined to prioritize this heat a little bit. I don't super care about the backpack, but that's just going to come naturally. I mean, the backpack is nice, actually. Tier 4 heater, so pressure. I think pressure has to be our way forward. And we need 63. Damn. That's going to be expensive, but I can swing it. We can swing it. Is there a tier 4? Yeah, here it is. It's behind heat, which, again, we have to work on. Okay, so let's prioritize this pressure thing. How much energy do we have? 81. And how much does this pressure thing generate? Oh, we can basically build 10. So we're absolutely fine. So 1, 2, 3. We're building 4 at least. Okay, 4. What do you want? Iron and titanium. Okay. 1. A little bit running short on the titanium department more than iron. Titanium, we have enough for some. How much iron do I have? Okay, 2 more iron, and now we're going to need 4 titanium. But let's free up some inventory by building these right now. Let's put it kind of back here so it doesn't interfere too much with the sights. Oh, 1 piece of titanium right there. Perfect. So here you go. Here you go. And now we got to collect titanium, right? Yeah. A little bit more. Looks like we got plenty of titanium just laying around right here. So lucky us. A little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. One piece. 1 piece. There we go. All right. Let's put this here. And I think we'll be decent for a while now. We just gotta wait for the numbers to go up. In a way, this game is very much an incremental game. It's the best kind of incremental game. Like, the best of all incremental games. Damn, if all incremental games were like this, I mean, people will love the genre. I think a lot of people already love the genre, but I'm just meaning it would be a lot more. But do I want this, a recycling machine? I don't think I have anything that I really want to recycle at this stage, so I'm gonna pass on that for now. But let's give a quick look at how fast this thing is progressing. Oh no, did I build in the wrong section? Where's my heater? Oh my god, it wasn't under oxygen generation. I'm so stupid. I mean, I guess the nuclear reactor is kind of good, but I'm still a little bit stupid for getting that one wrong. Alright, so let's look at oxygen generation. What creates it? How much energy do we have? 47. Alright, good enough. How much oxygen do you consume? Energy. You generate, you consume a little bit, but I think the lerma seeds are going to be the main the main scarce resource for us. We can create 5. All right, we might have to worry a little bit about energy. Give me a little bit. All right, so maybe let's build a couple solar panels just to offset. Aluminum. Okay, 1 of anything. All right, we need aluminum, and there's plenty in here. 3. Let's build 4 if we can. 4. Okay. So now we need 8 cobalt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Our inventory is a little bit too full, but magnesium and silicon. All right. We're gonna be right back. Let's put this here right away, just so we have it. Oh, sorry, misclicked. All right. So iron, magnesium, silicon. All right, I needed iron as well. I didn't notice. Okay. What's going on? My sprint was not working. Quick second. Maybe I was clicking the wrong thing. Iron, magnesium, silicon. Iron, magnesium, silicon. Iron, full inventory. All right, we're going to be right back. Let's build a little bit more again. I might be using a little bit too much of my aluminum, but hey, we need the energy, so might as well. Once we get those optimizers, which I don't think we have any of, it might help us a little bit. Also, this one, you know what? Never mind. I messed up my inventory. I need to make my inventory for this oxygen. Magnesium, aluminum, and lerma seeds. Magnesium, aluminum, and lerma seeds. Okay. And water. Give me a little bit more of each. Okay. And let's get all the water we can. All right. Let's see how many we can build. I haven't even paid attention to how many will be built, but look at all this beautiful lush grass. All right. Here you go. One more. One more. One more. One more. Can I build more? Kinda. So I need, again, magnesium, aluminum, and lerma seeds. If I have 2 pieces of aluminum, we're set. All right. 2 pieces of magnesium. All right. I'm sure there's plenty inside. Yeah, there were plenty. And water bottles. That could be a bit of an issue if you don't have a lot. All right, we are out of water officially because I'm about to spend it all on this damn thing, which might come bite me in the butt because I'm not gonna have water in time. But we used all the lerma seeds. Very noble effort on our part. How's the energy looking? It's looking okay, but we have increased, let's see, biomass production is just fine. This is way too far. We're not getting beehives anytime soon. Algae productions, it's whatever. This one's not growing at any respectable rate. We're screwed. We're screwed. We were supposed to focus on different things, and I got it wrong. You know what? I might deconstruct some stuff and put flower spreaders eventually once we get them. We have some really good flowers here. Like this one's a 300%, 300. Like these two are pretty good. Let me see if there's more water for us to drink. This might be a bit of a pain. We can always get some ice, but I would rather just have that thing show up. Yeah. All right. So, you know, this is eventually going to unlock it. Not anytime soon. Signs. You know what? At this point, it's a bit of a waiting game, I think. So I think we're set for an exploration of the volcano section. Oh, we also have way better flowers over here. So this is going to be nice once the time comes. Anything interesting? You do have interesting stuff. You know what? I'm going to grab the iron, silicon, titanium, and one more piece of titanium. I'm sure you had it. Do you still have stuff in here? You do. And you're probably not building it because this is too full for you. You know what? Actually, I think we got a decent amount of uranium and iridium. Probably not enough, but let me double check just in case. Yeah, not enough. We'll be back for this. We'll be back for these guys eventually. But, alright. Water. Let me grab a little bit of oxygen. But who needs oxygen, really? I don't think we need oxygen at all. So let me put it back. I don't want it. I want food, which we're eating, and water. Give me some piece of ice. I just need a tiny bit of ice. 2 pieces. That's all I need, honestly. That damn water creator, water collector is a little bit too slow. Damn. It just doesn't get you water fast enough. I gotta build 2, just in case. But here we go. We got all the ice and we're gonna explore back there. We're gonna see what's out there. So we somewhat timidly ventured in this area. We went a little bit that way. We found the geodes. We went that way. That was a good exploration. We saw this ice cave, so now it's time for the little lava section. Alright. We got this amount of stuff. We have a nice beacon that's gonna point us home. I think we're set. Let's go. Do I need anything else? No, I have everything, basically. So here we go. Time to find proof of life. Proof of humans being here. That would be my priority. Iridium and aluminum right here. Damn. Alright. It's just next to home. Might as well pop home and put it back. You know, you kind of have to. You kind of have to. Do I need to build a heater as well? No, I don't have enough for a heater. So let's just pop these back. Damn it, show me some water. I'm a little bit water concerned. Fine, I'm not going to be water concerned. You want to scare me. I'm not going to get scared into not exploring because I'm not going to have enough water. Even though that might end up being the case. We're gonna be brave. We're gonna trust that the water's not gonna screw us over. But let's go the Dolomite. Let's go to the Dolomite plains. They're kind of plains, I would say. The Dolomite plains, the Dolomite pillars. On to the, you know what? Being that there's volcanoes, perhaps there's gonna be sulfur. That could be a good resource. Not that I think we necessarily need a lot of sulfur right now. It can create explosive, which is actually kind of needed for, you know what, I do want the fabric most importantly. The uranium and aluminum, you know what, you can stay here, but the fabric, I don't want to lose it at all. Do I want to set a small base here? I don't know. We have so much oxygen that I'm not even thinking about it just yet. But there's more stuff. Water, okay. Aluminum, decent flour, iridium, and this stuff, okay. Lerma seeds, more, tons of explosive, more lerma seeds. All right, interesting stuff. What are you doing? Manipulate explosive, explode, everything's going well. Finding target, can move, activating explosive device. So why did you all mess up at the same time? You all essentially messed up at the same time, which makes me wonder a bit. Like, what happened here? Did everything go wrong at the same time? Is this some external intervention that messed up this planet terraformation to the drones? Were humans involved at all? Was that ever part of the process? Because there is some evidence of humans. We didn't find much in that cave, in that little home, but it seems like there could be something. All right, let's see what's in this chest. Oh, look at that, the little mushroom stuff that I remember seeing a little bit. Oh, damn. A whole iridium rod. Damn, that's real good. And this, some seeds, some lerma seeds. They're cool, but I'm not gonna bring it with me. This gotta be sulfur section. Like, there's no way you have this, all this yellow, the fumes going, and you don't give me a piece of sulfur. Like, I think that yellow thing is a piece of sulfur, literally. You know what? Let's check it. It is. Let's fucking go. We're in sulfur land. We got a sulfur source, and we got tons of uranium, which is going to be big for us. I'm actually gonna grab it. It's starting to reach to the point where it's like a little bit too far for a quick trip from home, at least until we get jetpacks. I imagine this might curve around into that section with the geodes, perhaps. Not sure, but it feels like a natural connection. I remember these arches from back there, right? More drones. Let's see what they got going. Oh, there's a little chest up there. We're going to see if we can find something. Interesting. You got a seed, and it's a medium seed. It's not my favorite, basically. What you got? You got a blueprint? All right. I don't want to grab too much stuff, but once I grab it, I'm not going to just drop it on the planet. I might put it in this chest, for example, but this chest is full, so we're not gonna do that. Interesting. More mushroom seeds. Did I even plant my mushroom seeds? I don't think I did. I'm just gonna switch that out. Make sure I grab the mushroom seeds with me. We're gonna eventually need for bioplastic nuggets. And what do we need bioplastic for? I think we need for microchips. And I'm drawing a blank on what else we need it for. I guess iridium. That seems like a good bet. Are we going towards the lava? It feels like it in a way. This feels very lava central. But we can get pretty close. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the lava is spawning, but there's tons of iridium. Okay. This is good. We put explosive here. We get iridium stuff. There's also some bauxite. More iridium. Volcano head. Okay. Volcano mouth. Crater. I don't know how you call it. So, pretty good. Nice stuff. Okay. Love this planet. Damn. Planet Humble really does it the right way. They got a lot of fun stuff going on. So we're in the damn, I like this arch. It's like real cool. Oh, we need oxygen. We gotta put the living compartment real quick. Yeah. Almost fumbled that one. There we go. Perfect. So let's see how far we can go in this direction. I think it's leading to a cliff, most likely. But at least we get to look at a cliff. Yeah, it seems to be leading to that big section with the dust that we saw from our ship, which is more or less that direction. That's home. Okay. I was looking at the little beacon. Yeah, this thing. Oh, look at that. It's starting to show and I can see stuff down there. Oh, this is going to be interesting once the fog maybe eventually lifts up. I don't really know, but that would be real cool. Anyway, this lava section is real nice. Okay, we found a very good source of iridium. But I don't really feel like backpacking back and forth unless we have a much bigger backpack and a jetpack, perhaps. But maybe we can get a jetpack thanks to all this iridium. So I got to kind of weigh my pros and cons. Maybe I should grab some iridium. We have a little bit more space. That will make things a little bit easier. So you know what? I'm convinced. Let's grab iridium. Let's go back here. I think it was mostly here. Nah. The second I started looking for it, it just stops showing up. Oh, there it is. There it is. Back there. Okay. And I think we may even be able... Oh, again, this weird formation that I guess we find a little bit more on Humble. Haven't really seen in other planets, but I guess it's common here. Alright, this is the chest we saw some time ago. And I might put like a little home here. Just like a little quick base, I think. That makes a lot of sense to me. Like, it frees up the inventory. It gives us oxygen for... Gives us space for oxygen. We can always come here, stop by. And let's try harvest as much iridium as we can. Hopefully that's going to be enough for 2 iridium rods. And we can get a nice jetpack going. With the jetpack, I might even feel a lot more comfortable traveling around, going back and forth and grabbing all this stuff that we find. Because at that point, travel becomes a little bit more trivial. Oh, that's going to make it harder. Where are you? Okay, here it is. Right on the edge. Damn. You don't mess around. It's like this piece is only for the brave. This might also be like a good iridium section for the miner. Not that we may necessarily, well, we can always use it. We can always set up a miner, and eventually when we have drones, we can have them automatically pick it up. I think the trick is just have enough drones to handle anything and everything. All right, one more piece. How much do we have? You know what? Not time for food. We can grab 3 more. The thing that concerns me here is not necessarily the lava. It's the fact that it feels like the terrain occasionally gives out under me. Like whoever created this did not 100% work on the physics or all the boundaries, and is a little bit I don't know, still figuring it out. More lava, more iridium. This looks amazing, but we gotta go home. We might be back relatively soon, probably next episode at least, if not right away. I think it's a bit late to make it like another trip right away, but next episode we might be back for all the iridium, since I really care about that heat generation. And let's get a quick stop right here. How much do we have? It's enough for one bar and some extra. It's really not enough for that much more. But hey, we got some good items. We can't really, I'm not gonna be upset about what we got today. Like it's a good haul. Once we get a bigger backpack, that's also gonna play a big role into making it easy to carry stuff around. And eventually the drones are gonna do all the work for us, but we're pretty far from the drones. I was looking at how much even just a drone hub costs, and it's like, in terms of electricity, I don't know how much in terms of resources, but in terms of electricity, I think it's almost 1,000 electricity, and we are barely inching by with like what 86 from the nuclear reactors. So we're gonna need at least like a fusion reactor kind of production, or more optimizers. That could be good for us. But oh my god, wait, is that energy? Is that like a heater of sorts? Can I deconstruct this? No. Oh, that must be like some sort of explosive. From afar, it looked a little bit like how do I describe it? Like heaters. Like, you know, we found a couple heaters in the drone section, so I thought it was that, but it's not. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Any water yet? No water. We're still working towards that liquid water on this planet. It does rain occasionally, but this is giving arid. This is giving like no life so far. So we're still a bit ways away from that. Alrighty, we are almost back. I really like how the world changes, and you know what? The planet changing, the atmosphere has been nice. I will enjoy it so much once we start seeing water and lakes and stuff like that. Yeah, we're still working towards liquid water. We're almost there actually. But yeah, let's deconstruct living corner and shredder, which I believe is like a trash can. So pretty good. Let's see how much we need. 5 pieces, I think. Did I count that right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we get 2 iridium rods now, and we can build a rocket with super alloy and uranium. So 1 uranium. Ooh, did I need more super alloys? I didn't check. No, perfectly enough. And 1 titanium, and we got the best item in the damn game. You can fight me on this one. I will fight anybody. The rocket is just incredible. It just changes the experience so much, and if you haven't seen it before, you're about to. I'll show you in a second. Just 1 titanium away from changing the experience forever. Oxygen is not going to be a concern once we have this jetpack. It's just not, because it just lets you travel so quickly everywhere. The agility boots are not going to matter. Like, and look at this. Look at this. Let me store up a couple things that I don't want to bring with me. Oh, we still have the rod. Right. Gotta remember that in a second. Let me grab a food. Couple waters. And you know what? Just to prove a point, why don't we go up there? Look how fast this thing moves. I think we can get to the top and back. You know what? Ooh, I remember possibly stuff being up there at some point. So why don't we try climb that with the jetpack? We can probably climb to this face of the mountain, I have to imagine. Anything on top of here? Not really, but it looks cool. And yeah. Oh, wait. Huh. It's not like the classic golden wooden chest. But, yeah. Starform Robotics. Interesting. They have the little effigy, a little bit of food, a super alloy, and some... Ooh, wow. The probably the best seed in the game, Humblea seed. It's supposed to be, like, I guess, based on Planet Humble. Okay. Nice. Nice stuff. Alright, I'm gonna keep my eye out for green chests. I guess they're gonna be like the new golden chest. I might want to deconstruct that and see if there's anything else going on. But okay, what is this magnesium? Okay, never mind. When do you melt? At 200 mega TI terraformation. So we're a bit far. We're about 1% of the way, give or take. Give me the thing. What are you doing? Moving away. Can't complete. Everything kind of messed up at once, I'm getting. And you know what? I'm going to try using a couple of explosives. Let me also have some of these. Let's try a couple of explosives on the items down here, just to get used to how they work. There's a couple of geodes down here that we can try. Let me just take a look before I step down. Oh, hold on. Did I remember seeing that earlier? You know what? We have enough jetpack power that we can absolutely check it out. We're going to do a quick stop right at this base that I built on the slope. Yeah, a little bit further down than I thought we were, but good enough. Okay, and aluminum? Why not? You know what? This is for aluminum. Can be show explosive. Yeah, let me just put it down. Right click to use, and nope, not. Always get it wrong. Trigger. I want to see what it does. Alright, so it blew it up. Oh, you know what? I need oxygen. So hold on. We gotta run a little bit. Damn, this thing is further down than I would have liked. We should kind of bring it up a little bit. Like a little bit more on level with everything else. In fact, let me check. Can I afford to do it? I don't have the inventory space for all that stuff. Alright. But interesting. So it blows up. It kind of breaks the top. And it exposes the core. And damn, that's a lot of aluminum around here. How many pieces inside? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces? It seems like 4 pieces. Yeah. Oh, nice. Alright. So, what are we going to do now? We're going to deposit the stuff we found in here. And we're going to bring the essentials as usual. Which includes enough to build a small base. So, you will... Damn, okay. I'm going to need 1 extra piece of iron for this. Alright, silicon, titanium, and now I need some iron. At least 1 right away, and the other ones I can grab along the way. 1 because I want to deposit these. We are going to come back for these, and then just in a very rare event that we die, I want to have a safe place to grab them. Like the Humblea seed, I don't want to lose that. That sounds cool. It's a 600% seed. Like that can increase. Like we put that in a flower spreader. Damn, it's going to be like having 6 flower spreaders. It's so good. And we get the iron. Perfect. All right, let's go. Let's see. Maybe I need to climb on this one to get there. I don't remember exactly if it relied on us climbing this thing. Oh, what's over here? Cool stuff. Oh, that seems to open up a ton, and maybe that's behind the lava. Like that's the lava fountain that we saw. Then it seems to kind of curve around it. That's the sulfur. Okay, so we were right that it kind of connects to the sulfur. We see the arch and the yellow stuff, but we gotta... Let's keep going on this thing that where we saw a rocket ship. That could be real cool. And we might even stop right there. We might build a base over there and call it for an episode. We might not have really that kind of time to go back to our normal base Maybe there's enough cool stuff that we want to stay there a little bit longer. I don't know. I want to give us the options. So, oh, wow. Look at this massive plane. And by plane, I mean like flat surface. Okay, so, okay, that's a rocket ship we saw. What's over here? I want to see if there's anything interesting. And since we have a jetpack, we can easily get even the high point, so we can see on this side as well. Oh, could it even be more stuff? That looks like land. Oh my god, tier 4 drills that I could deconstruct and automatically build back up. More bases, more stuff. Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. But okay, let's go here. That's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go the second. Oh no, I almost fell. The second we unlock tier 4 drills, I'm just gonna go deconstruct those and rebuild them automatically, immediately. Like there's no question. That's free. That's how many free resources is that? I don't even know how much it costs because it's not been unlocked yet, but it's probably gonna cost like, I don't know, whatever. Iridium, zeolites, osmium. It's gonna cost all sorts of shit. So I absolutely want it. Also, we gotta build a little base right here for a quick second, get the oxygen back, and I do want to check that chest. So might as well check it out first. Okay, perfect, good enough. A water bottle, nice. Any food? Not really. Okay, could be a concern that we're not gonna have any food in this section. Hopefully not, but could be. What do you have, a bomb? Can I grab it? Maybe, maybe not. Anything interesting? As usual, the same thing. Microchip, you know what? Give me the drone's log. Well, why do I want the drone log? Let me put it back, actually. Just go here. All right, more oxygen. And now let's go back. All right, so we can get there through here. I don't know why we didn't necessarily notice. Did I not notice it, or did I just forget between episodes that this was a thing? Lots of explosives, and they're all free, which is nice. Like it costs a fair bit to build it. Like it's not necessarily expensive, but it's a whole pain in the ass to grab iridium and sulfur when you don't have it automated or close to home. So I'm kind of glad that it just gives it to us. It's gonna make exploring easy. It's gonna make, well, I haven't seen any caves actually, now that I think about it. In fairness, I think those kind of caves that required explosives did start to show up much later in the game after we melted everything. But yeah, this is starting to look interesting. This place is massive. Damn. Okay. I could make it like a small second base here just for basic, I don't know, water consumption. So I can like transform water into ice into water and maybe have a couple food growers. It seems to be like have a little bit of everything. Talking about food, you have osmium, okay, but you have eggplant seeds, which is good actually. But yeah, I might need, if I'm gonna have like a bit of an extended stay in this section, something that keeps me alive would be nice in terms of food. Anything else? This seems cool. Okay, more food stuff. So you know what? Let's get going on. Oh, look at this. A freeze. I didn't even think about these free energy. So let's build it right here, I guess, right? I'm going to have to think about something to remember which ones have been deconstructed and rebuilt. But yeah, we're running short on water. Okay. Let me build this base right here. I want the base. This is so cool. We're gonna build a second base. I don't know how big it's gonna be. Maybe it's like a simple, quick survival time, but it could be much more. I don't know. We could have living compartment, windows, and corners. That could be cool. Make it pretty for once. But all right, let's grab these as well. Any more? Probably. There's a lot of resource. Damn, this place is massive. So let's make sure I build some stuff. But like, yeah, free energy, absolutely not going to pass on that. I might want to start thinking about food though. What does it take to build a food production thingy? Aluminum. and water bottles. We do find water bottles. Have I found aluminum? Probably, actually. There's a good chance there was aluminum around here. Don't see any right now, but oh, look at this, a little heater. I'm not gonna. This is a microchip thingy. Yeah, right. I don't have any aluminum. Let me see if I can find some aluminum, because I would like to make a small base with food production. So at a minimum, I have some way of surviving up here. Like, it doesn't have to be a ton, and maybe we're gonna find food on this section. Oh my god, look at this iridium fabric. Incredible. Food. Iridium again. Alright. I'm focusing too hard on the stuff that doesn't matter. We gotta focus on the aluminum and seeds. No aluminum. Alright, alright. There's definitely aluminum. There's plenty of it. There was some on the way here, so we can absolutely find a way. We have plenty of food to scout the whole section and find it, but in the meantime, it felt prudent. Oh, look at this, a floating piece of either iron or silicon. Silicon, nice. I don't know why I find that amusing. Alright, more food. We can also craft aluminum, technically, I think. No, we cannot craft aluminum. We can only craft super alloys. I was thinking wrong. Alright, plenty of heaters. Small heaters, by the way. Don't know why, but yeah. Alright, water bottles. They're kinda okay. Lerma. You know what? I don't think we're gonna... Maybe not this time. Maybe not this time. I don't know. We're gonna see what's inside this whole spaceship, and if it seems worth coming back, we will consider something. We're gonna consider a bigger base, but for this sec, and maybe we're gonna find aluminum in there, and that's gonna be the whole reason we come back. But you know what? What does it cost to have this one? Iron and silicon? I can do that. I can at least do that for myself. Like a quick crafting station. Alright. Just in case I need to build oxygen. Yep. So any cobalt. Of course this plant doesn't have cobalt. Why do I keep forgetting that? Well, oh, give me the fabric. And the seeds. And the osmium, I guess. Osmium hasn't really come up as a needed resource, but it might become a very necessary resource. But alright, what else do I care about? Oh, I want the cobalt, and I think I specifically want it for this reason. I want to have the oxygen bottle. So let's have a quick jump in here. Let's see what's going on in this spaceship. This might be the proof of humans, actually, that we've been looking for, and I just didn't realize it. Hold on. Okay. Food. Perfect. Fabric. And aluminum, actually. We have everything. We can actually start a base here. Aluminum and food. Alright, the first floor. You know what? Very interesting that they still had a robot like this. You know, let me put back the eggplant. I want 2 squash seeds. Oh, there's a storage crate. No, the storage crate is the robot. Okay, understood. So, anything else over here? Yeah, this goes straight. It has a couple heaters. Water and food. Thank you. And aluminum. What is this? Just a random robotic arm. Oh, does this circle back? No, this is like a different item. Yeah, tons of fabric. Look at that. Decent seeds. Nothing special, but decent. Some more pillars that we're taking down. Tons of pillars to take down, actually. And let me see. You know what? Hold my iron. Circuit board will be useful eventually. I know that much. And hold this iron. We gotta keep our inventory light if we wanna get useful stuff. What interesting chest. It's not a standard size. It's slightly bigger for some reason. And it didn't really need to be bigger, but it is. Huh. That is very bizarre. And cool, perhaps. Give me some extra water, and I think we're done with our first round. We're gonna explore the other side in a second, but let's go real quick and deposit what we found. Nope, don't deconstruct that stuff. You need it for survival. And iron. All right. I think we're still good on everything else. We have plenty of water as well. You know what? Give me one of these so I can build a small chest when I inevitably come back with a full inventory, because it's gonna happen. All right, let's go back inside, and this time we're gonna check the left side. Right through here. Yes, this pillar. Excuse me, Mr. Pillar. Okay. Oh, interesting. Tons of circuit boards. Can I deconstruct these drones? Doesn't seem like it, no. Good amount of circuit boards. Good stuff. Let's see if there's any messages. I don't know if these drones are proof that there's humans, or if it instead proves the opposite, like that they could have existed on their own in this ship. And that's why they didn't need humans just yet. Fabric. Pretty big. Pretty big. Fabric, harder one. It's like the only way we can make fabric is by having silkworms, and that's a relatively late game production, so I'm not too excited. Oh, this thing, the damn, it takes 2. Holy shit, that's expensive. That's gonna be quite expensive when we get to that part. All right, let me put some stuff down, and okay, another heater. That's cool. We can jump over these blocks, roadblocks. Okay, oh, nice thing. We need to outrun Sentinel Corp with our autonomous terraforming technology. They said over and over. Oh, all right. We need to outrun Sentinel Corp with our autonomous terraforming technology. They said over and over, but the robots just aren't ready yet. They forced me to send my little baby so far away, but they won't make it. Even if I create them as best as I can to be, hold on. Even if I create them as best as I can to be able to terraform a planet, we just need a little more time. Is there a chance one of them misses me? So you think your robots miss you? Also, so okay, so far maybe there seems to be like a race against Sentinel Corp, obviously, but for the terraformation of the planet, because there was that whole thing about the galaxy, I think, that said that whoever terraforms the planet first gets to own it. I think that was the only other message we ever received. And I guess this is from Starforma. You know what? What's my current thing? My current thing is Sentinel, I believe. Yeah, Sentinel Corp. So we gotta go with we're gonna change allegiance and wear some of that Starforma swag, which seems to be basically just as cruel as the Sentinel Corp, but in different ways. Alright, this doesn't open up here. Yeah, this is the place where we've been to. So let's go out before run out of oxygen. We have an oxygen tank, but why waste it? Oh, you know what? Actually, we could easily use more. But alright, interesting development. Let's wear the new suit. Oh my god, look at us. Look at us. We are we are Starform boys. But hold on, I gotta drink a little bit. But yeah, all right, this is pretty cool. The plot thickens. We are competing against this company was competing against Sentinel Corp for the terraformation of the planet, because who does it first gets to keep it. Starforma was using big robots. Sentinel Corp is using prisoners, and it just sends them on suicide missions, and just in case they kind of fix it like we did. But pretty interesting development in the world so far. Pretty cool. We're gonna call it a day for now, but please join me next time. I think we're gonna make a little base over here, and just so we have a very quick base of operations from this section, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.